Hello, everybody. Ella J here on behalf of WrestleZone, and today I am joined by an international superstar and a Polish national junior powerlifting champion, Diana Strong. How are you today?
Hello. Hello, everyone. I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me. How are
Yeah, I
you?
am I am so excited for you and so excited to chat with you today. We'll obviously start off hot. You have this exciting venture coming up where you will be coming over to the States, United States, for your first time for a wrestling tour from November 6th to November 11th. Of course, it is being coordinated by our good friends over at Parker Kane Promotions. So shout out to them. Thank you, Parker Kane, also for bringing us together on screen. So shout out. We love them. Obviously, before we get into specific and matches and stuff, how are you preparing for this tour and what are you looking forward to the most, whether it's wrestling wise or just in general and being in the States?
I'm so excited about this journey. I've always dreamed of wrestling in the United States, so I really have goosebumps there. So yeah, I'm trying very hard to be ready to the United States, and I can't wait to see all the promotion, meet all these people. So yeah, that's gonna be a really great week.
Yeah, what are you looking forward to the most in general? You're wrestling 3 of the days, so you have some downtime in the meantime to explore like the sites or some food. What are you looking forward to from a non-wrestling standpoint and kind of just exploring a new territory for you?
Yes, I will have a 1 day off, so then I will have some time to explore cities. So yeah, I'm super excited.
Yeah, now I know obviously firstly on November 8th, you will be making your way over to Adrenaline Championship Wrestling for a tag team match against Layla Gray and Nahir Robles at ACW Gets Jackknifed. You will be teaming with Riley Crow for the very first time. We've seen Layla Gray on AEW and Ring of Honor, so you got some new and familiar faces in there. So what are your thoughts heading into this tag team match specifically?
I'm so excited, really. I cannot wait to wrestle. And yeah, that's gonna be something new. I will see how the United States scene looks like in the real. So yeah, super excited.
Yeah, and obviously after ACW, you'll be heading to 1CW in Houston, Delaware. Then we'll see you at Maryland Championship Wrestling as well for their Fan Jam event. At the time of recording this, we don't know who your opponents are for either of those shows, but again, MCW. So MCW, I feel like is a really notable promotion here. It's one of the
Mhm.
big indies. So that's going to be an awesome opportunity. And also the Briscoe Brothers home promotion at 1CW. There's that history there. So tell us about your thoughts heading into 1CW and Maryland Championship Wrestling.
So I'm really excited to wrestle in MCW. As you mentioned, it's really big promotions. And so I really cannot wait to see who I will wrestle against. And yeah, I'm really excited.
Now, it was previously announced that MCW alumni and former AEW World Champion MJF will also be appearing at Fam Jam. So, how are you feeling about potentially coming face to face with MJF?
That's crazy. That's really crazy. It still sounds surreal for me that we'll be on the same show. Yeah, that's really surreal.
Yeah, it's an opportunity for you as well to meet, new fans for the first time if
Mhm.
they're seeing you and meeting you. So for those who are seeing you for the first time during this tour of the States, what can they expect to see from you both in ring and character wise from Diana Strong?
So I want to bring, of course, Polish strength with me to the United States, show them so European style. So yeah.
There's different styles I feel like throughout Europe, obviously the UK is, can be very hard hitting, I
Mhm.
don't know. What exactly is European style of wrestling to you? Can you kind of explain what that is?
So because I have a powerlifting background, I want to like show my strength in the ring. So I'm sure the United States fans can expect some power stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and we can also expect some amazing gear. I've been looking through your Instagram, and I have to say, I'm absolutely in love with your ring gears, especially your pink one. I feel like that's kind of a staple of you at this point. So when you're kind of crafting and designing these ring gears, where do you generally look to for for inspiration when you're coming up with new ring gears?
My inspiration, I think like a lot of WWE women's are my inspiration. And then I see something interesting and yeah, I just wanted to do something kind of similar. Yeah.
Yeah, who in WWE particularly inspires you from a ring gear standpoint?
In gear, yeah.
Gear wise,
I think the
what
best gear, Tiffany Stratton, definitely. She has definitely the best gears. Yeah.
definitely sparkle. I can see that pink coming through. I can see that inspiration. You even got, I think you have pink eyeshadow on today, which looks amazing, by the way.
Oh,
Um,
thank you.
But I wanted to talk about to another important match that you recently had on July 7th, because from what I understand, you and Eva Kolaski
Kolaski.
were the first female main event in Polish history when you collided at PTW on July 7th. So can you tell us more about this important milestone and what it meant to you?
Oh, it meant a lot to me because on this day, I could finally show people that, hey, women wrestling is really important and we can be also the main event. So that was very important day for me and it was really crazy. And I really liked the energy. The crowd was really crazy. So then I could see like, yeah, people really are into women's wrestling. And that's really cool that they want to see more and more matches and we can prove that, yeah, we are on the same level. So that's cool.
And you've shared the ring with Eva on many occasions, so there's some
Mhm.
familiarity there too. You're working with somebody who you're familiar with and also making this main event history milestone. So, but for those who are maybe unaware of the Polish wrestling scene or they want to explore it for the first time, can you tell us some of the other performers we should be taking notice of or paying attention to within the Polish wrestling scene?
So I was in PGW. So of course you
Yes.
can follow this promotion. It's really awesome, and we have every month shows. So that's really cool. That's often. So it's very interesting because this week I have a match against Nightshade. So I'm sure that's gonna be very interesting match because of the, for example, difference of size. Yeah, do I say it right? So yeah.
I'm a big fan of Nightshade. She's over from the UK as well.
Yes.
Tag team champion too. Very, very dark. So kind of opposite you. You're very bright and pink. You know, her gears are tend to lean
Hmm.
towards the darker side. So I feel like it's gonna be night and literally night and day for that upcoming matchup. But I am super excited. You know, in your career too, you know, she's coming over to Poland, I take it is. But you yourself have gone to several different countries, Austria, England, Finland, Italy, Germany, soon to be the USA, and of course, Poland. I imagine you're probably eager to expand that list even more. So,
Hope
what are
so.
some locations and countries you're hoping to travel to perhaps in 2025?
2024. That's a good question. So my another goal is of course rest in Japan or in Australia. That's a big, big dream. So yeah, we will see. Maybe not next year, but who knows?
You never know. You know, you're checking
Yeah,
off the USA this year. A lot of
yeah,
people want to
great.
wrestle in Japan. They do strong style, but it's not really
Mhm.
like strength based. It's more like hard
Yeah,
hitting. So
yeah.
I feel like it's kind of again, it would be a different in-ring style for you.
Hmm.
Obviously you've come across strong style, I'm sure, because a lot of the girls, especially in the UK, have gone over to Japan. So you've gotten a little bit of a taste for it, but I would love to see Diana Strong taking on Strong Style in Japan. And somebody who has been to Japan, who I know you've cited as your big dream opponent in the past, was Killer Kelly. She's
Yes,
currently out of action 'cause she is pregnant and
yes,
now
yeah.
married, so congratulations to
Yes.
her. Does that still ring true to this day, Killer Kelly being your dream opponent?
Yeah, she's still my dream opponent. I
Okay.
have a lot of dreams opponents, yeah.
Of course. We'll talk about those in a moment. But what about Killer Kelly makes you specifically want to wrestle her?
So she also has like a very strong character. And when I look at her, I can tell that she is a role model. She looks great. She's like strong, beautiful, and has like a very incredible character. So yeah.
Who are some of your other dream opponents that we haven't talked about yet?
Tessa Blanchard for sure. Tainara Conti, Mercedes Mani. So yeah.
Yeah, maybe we can get you and Tainara. I know, again, she also is bouncing back from having a kid, so I don't think she's
Mhm.
wrestled in a while, but you never know. We see
Yeah.
so many dream matches coming true, especially this year, and who knows, maybe 2025. But as you kind of mentioned earlier, in addition to wrestling, you are also involved in powerlifting, hence your last name, Strong. It wasn't always something that you did, though. From what I understand, it wasn't really till you started training for wrestling and then you started hitting the gym and then the weights. So, can you tell us more about your journey with powerlifting and how that all began?
Oh, yes, of course. So that's very interesting because first I started training wrestling, and I remember that moment when I came to the wrestling training and I was like underweight, I was super weak, and
Mhm.
then I feel like, yeah, I need to go to the gym and gain some, strength and muscle. But I didn't know how to start, so I found a great coach, Robert Names. We still cooperate. He's an amazing person, and he was a powerlifter also. And he teach me how to do different exercise, how to use gym machines. And one day I started to deadlift, and I started to lift more and more and more. And he told me like, "Yeah, you're ready for competition." So yeah, I s-
And
I
and
my
and
first
since
competition. Yeah.
and since then, you've won medals in World, Europe, and national championships, and you're also a holder of some records in your weight and age category. So tell us about some of those medals and records that you've gained so far in powerlifting. I'm so curious.
So I have a Polish championship in promotions like GPC, XPC, and WWA. I don't remember the name in English, but yeah.
Okay.
Um, Also, I have a European championship in my category, in junior category, and World GPC World
What
Championship.
what what specific record? Again, I don't know much about powerlifting. I assume it's probably you lifting a certain amount of weight for a record. What are some of the records that you currently hold?
So I lift 150 kilograms. I don't know how many pounds it is, but yeah. So that's my record. Yeah.
Yeah, impressive. Actually, I want to do the conversion for our American listeners. So I'm gonna do that. You said 150 kilograms. Let's see. 2 pounds. Okay. Oops, I did it backwards. Excuse me for one moment. I'm curious for me now. So wow, so that's 330 pounds for the American listeners that are watching this. That's a lot. That is super super
Yeah.
impressive. So congratulations on that. And
Thank you so
I it's obviously helped you gain your strength, but you've
much.
also said that powerlifting has helped you gain a lot of self-confidence. So
Mhm.
tell us about how powerlifting has helped you gain that self-confidence.
Oh, it tells me a lot because in powerlifting, it's always different. Sometimes you lift more, sometimes
Yes.
your body is sore, so you lift less, and you need to be very, how to say, passionate. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's really learn a discipline. And it's the same in wrestling. You need to learn discipline. Yeah, it's very important.
Now, obviously, you're one who likes to keep in shape, but I feel like every so often you have to treat yourself to a cheat day. Um, Meaning like something that is maybe unhealthy or whatever. So, what are some of your favorite unhealthy foods or snacks that you like to treat yourself off to maybe on one of those days off?
I'm too sweet, so I love cakes and everything like that. Yeah.
Now, what kinds of cakes? I'm also a cake girly. What kind of
hmm
cake specifically is your
Or like
favorite? Or
brownie or something like that. Chocolate, it's definitely the best.
yeah, I'm also a chocolate fan as well, so I
Oh, nice.
appreciate that. I'm so curious, outside of wrestling, outside of basically the physical realm of weightlifting and wrestling, what are some of your other interests and hobbies maybe that many people don't know about?
So I really like traveling, and it's great because it's connected with powerlifting and
Yeah.
wrestling. And yeah, I am also a dietitian, so I'm very interesting about foods and stuff like that.
Now, did your work as a dietitian start before or after wrestling?
Meantime, yeah.
So after
Oh
or
yeah, yeah. After, yeah,
after, okay. So
yeah.
it's funny. So it seems like wrestling was really the paved the way for your work in
hmm
powerlifting and dieting. It's so funny and all that. You know, you said that you've grown up as a wrestling fan. That was always your dream.
hmm
But did you, if you think back to the younger version of yourself, did you ever have a different dream of when you got older? What did the younger version of Diana think of doing when she got older? Was it always wrestling, or did you have other potential plans in mind?
I think I had a lot of different plans, but when I was 13 years old, then I decided that yeah, I want to be a professional wrestler. But yeah, when you are a child, you always want to be like one day, like whenever.
Yeah, yeah, so it seems like wrestling has been a big dream of yours for a while.
Yes,
I
always.
I
Yeah.
So I'm curious then. Obviously, you talked about some of your current influences, like a Killer Kelly. Obviously, Tainara Conti is a dream
Mhm.
opponent of yours. But growing up, what performers really were you drawn to? Who inspired you? You know, who helped cultivate this dream for you?
Definitely AJ Lee. She was my first role model. Yeah, definitely. When I saw her, I was very impressed. She was really small and incredible in the ring. She had great promos and storylines. So yeah.
Now, with CM Punk back, a lot of people have been wanting
Mhm.
AJ Lee to come out of retirement. So, how much would it mean to you if, say, she does come back and you get to wrestle her?
Oh, I would love to really. That's a big dream, but yeah.
Yeah. Now, final question, as you're looking towards the future, now obviously you want to travel more, obviously probably get some more championships under your belt in powerlifting. What are some of your personal and professional goals for the next year or two?
So I want to wrestle as much as I can. Of course, debut in the new countries, new promotions, wrestle with the different wrestlers, and yeah, be just better and better every day.
Recently, you're always looking to grow. I'm curious, in what ways do you think you've grown as a competitor? You made your debut in 2019. Now you've been training since about 2017. So that's what, 7 years now at this point. How have you seen yourself grow personally and professionally the last, obviously appearance-wise, you've gotten stronger. But how else do you think you've grown in the last 7 years?
I'm definitely more confident now, so that's a big difference. Uh, hmm. I gain a lot of experience. I've wrestled with many, many great wrestlers. So yeah, that's really helped me be just better.
Course, and we're always striving to be better.
Yes.
And I'm very much looking forward to you over here in the States. Again, don't forget to check out Diana when she's in the States from November 6th to November 11th. Still have a couple matches to be announced, but you can catch her at ACW, 1PW, and of course MCW in Maryland, at the Fan Jam and at the event before it. Diana, before we let you go, can you let the listeners know where they can find you on social media and support you?
Yes. So you can find me on Instagram or on Twitter and also on TikTok. Yeah.
And again, thank you so much to Parker Kane Promotions for bringing Diana into the States. You get a little bit of a taste of her for the first time. Go out and check her out. I'm very much looking forward to this. And obviously, during that day off, enjoy the scenes while you can, girl. So I'm rooting for you. Diana, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thank you so much.